Okay, level check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you're starting to watch already on Facebook or you're getting ready to watch the Fox 19 Now streaming channel, this is a level check. Microphone test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer in the Fox 19 Now streaming center. I'll be with you here in under a minute, the way it looks. Okay, push a couple buttons to get everything else up and running. So you should now be able to hear me on Roku TV, on Facebook. Let's see, what else do we have streaming? Oh yeah, you should be able to see it on the weather apps, the news app, on our website. Samsung TV also has it, and you may be able to hear me already on YouTube, but YouTube automatically starts at 7:15. So it's 7:15 according to my clock. Hi everybody, this is meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer. This is the First Alert 7:15 live streaming weather show. What you're looking at there is you are looking at our camera view from Mount Auburn to the northeast out over Norwood. If you go right down the center of the screen, kind of off to the right, you would end up over Norwood, and that's I-71 down below. Not a lot of traffic at this time of night. And overall, we have a pretty interesting weather pattern coming up, and I think we're finally going to see the beginning of spring a little bit. I was walking over the weekend, walking some of our dogs through Bramble Park in Madisonville. Now, Bramble Park's mainly a baseball field and things like playground and things like that, but there's some areas that are quite shaded in the woods, and there's a little cluster of daffodils starting to come up, but they weren't really in the sunny, warm area. I was kind of surprised, but even though the weather doesn't look too much like it, plants already know it's just about time for spring to begin. So let's go ahead and take a look at the current temperature. It's down to 43 degrees at the International Airport. Now, the normal high on this date, I'm just about to look it up. I forgot to look it up ahead of time. It should be about 45, 46. But I just came off of a weekend, so I kind of lose contact with things sometimes. When there's no weather going on, the weekends are all mine, so I don't pay too much attention to it. But let's see here. Go to, oh my gosh. I got so many things on my iPhone, it's surprising I can find anything. Okay, I'm going to go to the official document, which tells us what the weather was like today, issued at 4:55 p.m. The high temperature was 47 at CVG. The normal high on this date is 49. I said 45 or 46, so 49 the normal high. So we were just 2 degrees cooler than normal, so not much different than a normal day. Now the low this morning was 24. The normal was 30, so it was quite a bit chillier this morning than that normal low of 30. Okay, this is another camera shot. This is from our tower in South Fairmont, looking at downtown Cincinnati. Nice shot there. You can see I-75 in the bottom, moving along just fine. Okay, high temperatures today look like this. 47 at CVG, as I already mentioned. Nobody in our viewing area made it to 50. Now, Madison, we counted in our viewing area. Technically, it's not, but Madison, Indiana did make it to 52. 50 in Shelbyville, 50 in Ashland, but in our viewing area, everybody in the 40s. Richmond is technically out of our viewing area also. Here's some current temperatures at personal weather stations, and you can see Connorsville's dropped to 38, Oxford's dropped to 38. We're looking at everybody else in our viewing area in the 40s, so kind of a cool evening, but not bad, not far from normal. No big winds this evening, no precipitation to worry about if you're about to leave and go out. And there you see airport temperatures. Richmond down to 32. I've got to go up there sometime and look at that, what kind of the landscape you have around Richmond. It could be one of those, there's a valley, but it certainly acts like it's a valley that traps a lot of cold air because it's always colder than everybody else by a long shot in some cases. Batesville is down to 39. Everybody else pretty much in the 40s in our viewing area. Now, this week is in the state of Kentucky is Severe Weather Awareness Week, okay? And they were scheduled to have a statewide tornado drill on Wednesday, okay? And Wednesday, that drill has been postponed to Friday, and the reason for that is because we could see some winds gusting to about 50 miles an hour. So rainy, windy, turning colder with some snow showers in the forecast for Wednesday. And so rather than have like wind advisories and all that stuff come up and try to do a tornado drill statewide in Kentucky, wisely they've decided to postpone it to Friday when the weather's going to be calmer. So on Friday, it'll start at 10:07 a.m. It will include weather radios and sirens. Both will go off. And they urge you to use this time to practice your tornado safety plan at work, at school, if you're at home. And you know, think about it. If you're at home and you've got to think, oh gosh, a tornado's coming my way, where do I go? You're wasting valuable time to become safe by having to think about it. So you should already know where you're going to go. If you've got a basement, no brainer, get into the basement, stay away from the furnace, stay away from the water heater, and try under the stairway if it's away from the water heater is a great place. If you're in a home without a basement, it's best to get into like a room that has 0 windows. A closet actually is even better. There's no windows, so you don't have to worry about the flying glass. Closets being smaller in dimensions usually means that they're sturdier than the other parts, and stay as low as you can. If you're in a mobile home, you just have to figure out ahead of time where you're going to go. There should be some kind of a shelter or something, but unfortunately, I'm afraid that mobile homes, even if they're extensively tied down, are not a safe place for tornadoes. Just because of the size to weight ratio, they tend to be damaged very easily. So that is for Friday at 10:07 a.m. in the state of Kentucky. They've moved it from Wednesday to Friday, and that's that statewide tornado drill. Now, it's really interesting. I'm going to step over here. This picture that you see back here was taken by Irma Doran. It's in Carroll County. She was, and the story goes that I was working another station. Her son sent me a letter. This is in the days before email and before text messaging and before you could send a photo. And he said that his mom, who was 74 at the time, was on her way back to home in Louisville, going down 71 in Carroll County. She only had 3 pictures left on her camera, and she took some pictures of a tornado. And he told the story that, well, maybe it was Irma that told the story, that her dad had given her a camera years ago, and she always carried a camera with her from that time, from when she was a little girl. And so they got stopped on I-71 in Carroll County and saw this picture of a tornado crossing the interstate. It eventually went on to kill one person in not in Carrollton, but in central Carroll County. It was an EF3 or EF4, I can't remember, at least an EF3. And so that is the picture Irma Doran took. She actually took 3 of them. I have 2 others, but this is the one that was most dramatic. Just flat out incredible. And I can show you more of it here. Give me a second. Let me turn off the weather computer's rundown. And let's see. I'm going to go into edit mode, and I will turn off the overlay stuff. Okay. Geez, I don't know how this was put together. Okay, get rid of that thing. Okay, there's the picture without all the other crap on top of it. So, and you can see, so they were pointing toward, they were on 71, heading toward Louisville, so they're looking off to the south and west. You can see the bright sky in the background. You can see the debris coming up around the tornado. It's a beautiful, beautiful funnel, and it was a great photograph. So it was Irma Doran, took that when she was 74 years old back in 1992, and it was right around Thanksgiving time. So that is that. All right, let me close this file out, and we'll go back to looking at what we have up here. Okay, so go back into play mode. So I had to go into a different mode and show. So I just wanted to show you the picture. And so that statewide tornado drill for Kentucky, not going to happen Wednesday. It's postponed until Friday at 10:07 a.m. Okay, in the satellite radar loop, you see the cloud cover clearing out. All that stuff that looks like rain is just cloud level moisture. Radar's picked that up pretty well too. And that's exactly what we've got. So we've got a little bit of clearing. Notice cloud cover already back into eastern Illinois, so we're going to clear out for a couple hours. We're going to cloud back up. We don't have any precipitation in here until later in the day tomorrow. So this evening, the sun's been down since 6:33. We're looking at temperatures dropping to 40 with clear to partly cloudy sky by 10 p.m. Overnight, we cloud back up. We become mostly cloudy, and temperatures settle into the upper 30s. Notice the winds, though, the 6 and 8 a.m. winds are only 4 and 5 miles an hour, so minimal, really an unimpressive wind chill tomorrow morning with chilly temperatures as you head out the door. And we do make it up to 61 tomorrow, ahead of the next rainmaker that's coming our way. So for your morning commute, roads will be dry, skies partly to mostly cloudy, temperatures in the mid to upper 30s, wind chills close to the temperature. Okay, so starting at 10:30 p.m., here are the temperatures. Upper 30s to lower 40s around the tri-state. We're going to stop the clock at 8 a.m., so it looks like upper 30s to lower 40s. Remember, the wind's light, so not much in the way of a wind chill. So a good way to start the day with partly to mostly cloudy skies. As we head into the late afternoon, temperatures in many areas make it into the 60s. Hey, no rain yet, so it looks like you get to and from work without any rainfall, and then by 8 o'clock we begin to see rain moving into the tri-state. Now this rainfall, color-coded here, this yellow, that's fairly heavy rainfall. And you know, I'm still working on figuring out why this thing is dimmed out so much. There's got to be a setting on it somewhere, I just haven't found it. We'll work on it so it brightens that up. But so this yellow means some steady to heavy rainfall. We don't have enough heavy rain in the forecast for flooding. We have a few claps of thunder, but we do not have any severe thunderstorm activity in the forecast. And that's coming in with temperatures in the 50s about 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Okay, by the time we, wrong button. By the time we get to 10:30 p.m., you can see pockets of yellow, meaning moderate to heavy rainfall, scattered showers elsewhere, some spots not getting rain. It begins to move off to the north and east by 11:30. By 4 a.m., we've got one line, north-south line of showers with a little bit of thunderstorm activity in it, again, non-severe, from eastern parts of Clinton County right through the center of Highland County, down through Adams County, moving out of Mason and Robertson counties, but into Lewis County. That's at 4 a.m. And then we put it further in motion, and you can see by the time we get back into the late morning and early afternoon, we're back into scattered showers. Notice the temperatures are cooler as we go through the day. Okay, so into the lower 40s in many locations and upper 30s in some by 2 p.m. And then we hit that magic temperature where it's cold enough upstairs for that rain to stay as snow all the way down. And from about 4:30 p.m. all the way into after midnight, we have got a chance of some snow shower activity around the tri-state. But it does come to an end mostly before Thursday morning's commute, and should not be an issue. But look at those temperatures. The temperatures at 3 a.m. on Thursday and the upper 20s, it means that heavily traveled roads that get well treated, should be just wet and fine. But again, those rural roads, some of the elevated bridge decks and areas that don't get treated, just watch out for icy patches for Thursday morning. Thursday might present a couple challenges as you head out to work. And there you see we do have a lingering flurry in the area still at about 9 a.m. on Thursday. So I don't anticipate any big issues for that Thursday morning commute, but there could be an icy patch here and there. Okay, rainfall totals for this event could be as much as 79/100ths of an inch. That's the highest amount on this map from this model, up around Connorsville and Liberty, to as little as maybe 45/100ths of an inch. That will be down around Owen County. So it's looking like we're going to settle in on anywhere between 4/10 of, I guess there's 0.34 there also at Falmouth, but somewhere between 1/3 of an inch and 3/4 of an inch over most of the tri-state. Now the snowfall totals will be unimpressive. Again, you're looking, the shaded area, of course, is where it's the greatest. And remember, we've only got numbers in a few locations. There are every single dot on that map, there's a location or it could be a measurement. But we're looking at maybe 0.8 of an inch in a few spots, but a lot of it falling early on and melting as it hits. However, just enough in some spots for an icy patch or two. So that is for Thursday morning. Okay, Climate Prediction Center is starting to say that it's going to look a little bit more like spring. Excuse me a second, I've got to get a little drink here. Okay, excuse me. So, Climate Prediction Center says days 6 to 10 goes 9th to the 13th of March. We are warmer than normal. That's good news, I think, for most people at this point. That warmer than normal patch moves a little bit for the east, but we're still warmer than normal as we head to the 17th. And then the week 3 to week 4 forecast that came out on Friday keeps us warmer than normal right on through the 29th. So we may very well end up the month of March warmer than normal, which would be good news. Okay, what about precipitation? Well, we certainly have recharged the soil from last summer and autumn's drought, but we'll be slightly higher than normal precipitation-wise through the 13th, a little bit more above normal through the 17th, and then that old La Nina bullseye pattern shows up in the last graphic. Whoops, let me try that one more time. I think I forgot to set that up. Give me a second here. So, and this will be the one that came out also last Friday. So, and when we look at that, we've got what we call the La Nina bullseye pattern of precipitation. It's coming up here, right there, and that is the La Nina bullseye pattern. The highest area of precipitation in typical La Nina pattern is right where you see it there, and Cincinnati's near the center of it. So we may end up warmer than normal through most of the month of March and wetter than normal. Let's just hope it doesn't get so wet that it causes farmers problems getting their equipment into the fields. Okay, here's your 7-day forecast. Low tonight 38, high tomorrow 61. It'll be breezy. We do have rain coming in after probably 8 p.m. Now notice on Wednesday, that's not a mistake. Wednesday is an upside down day. It's cooler in the morning, or warmer in the morning at 54, cooler in the afternoon, dropping a good 9 or 10 degrees through the day, and it will be windy. Now making that a first alert weather day because the winds could gust as high as 50 miles an hour in some open areas. So that's mainly in Fayette, Union, Franklin, Northern Butler, Clinton, and Warren counties, where there are wide open spaces where the winds will be the highest. But it is a first alert weather day, and those winds could, of course, cause problems for traffic, especially high-profile vehicles, and the winds also could cause power outages due just to the way they can snap the wires. Okay, then on Thursday, blustery with a low of 29, a high of 42, a few morning flurries, a slight chance of a shower on Friday with 53, Saturday, partial clearing, partly cloudy on Sunday, mostly sunny on Monday, and back up into the 60s. So out of 7 days, we've got 2 days in the 60s. Well, when we go to beyond the 7-day forecast, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more 60s and 1 70. So that is 7 days, 60 or higher out of 14. So half the time here, we are considerably warmer than normal. And again, it's a very, very active weather pattern. So I can't rule out some shower activity any one of those days from the 12th to 17th. And of course, 17th is St. Patrick's Day. And here is a graphic that summarizes the whole darn thing. High temperatures, low temperatures. We'll put the normal high and low temperature lines on there. And you can see that we're below to above. We're flirting with normal for a while in the first few days. But we end up significantly warmer than normal for a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8-day stretch there. So 8 out of 14 days, we should see the weather noticeably warmer than normal around the tri-state. So the takeaway on this thing is this. Still looks very active. We've been talking about that for the past few weeks now. We still could have numerous rain events. Does not look like any cold air outbreak. Does not look like any Arctic incursion at this point. We have still no mid-70s to lower 80s around the tri-state. That would be kind of a balmy spring day. So we don't have any of that showing up yet. We do have a nice warming trend, which will keep us warmer than normal for that 8-day stretch at least. And then no severe weather outbreaks in sight around this area. Okay, now that could change, but right now we don't have any worries about a line or an afternoon with a lot of severe weather in the tri-state. Okay, now it's time for me to go over to Facebook, see if we have any questions or comments. All right, and here we go. Susan Wally says, good evening. It was chilly today. You're not kidding. I was really surprised. I got up this morning and wasn't even thinking. I don't know why. But I went to take the dogs out in my bare feet, and I stepped out on the deck, and it's like, whoa. Tina Wolf said, hope I'm doing good. Yeah, Tina, I'm doing real good. Thank you very much for asking. Molly Purcell said, lots of sunshine. It was a beautiful day. Hope I'm feeling better. How bad are Wednesday storms? I think it's more rain and wind than anything. We're not talking about severe thunderstorms. That'll be a problem. Anytime you have thunder, though, you always have that chance of lightning. So we're talking about maybe a half to 3/4 of an inch of rain, and not enough for flooding, but certainly enough to make things really wet. And then after that, when the air cools off, as we had from Thursday morning to Thursday afternoon, we'll go into some snow shower activity. So I don't think we see anything in the way of bad, damaging storms for that matter. So Michelle Hutchins says, so ready for spring? Got a feeling it's going to be a doozy of a summer. Yeah, we could. I mean, let's hope it's not a repeat of last summer, because that was a real bad situation, especially for farmers. So Susan Wally says, who mentioned the sunshine? Just a second here. Oh yeah, Molly Purcell Pollock said lots of sunshine there, and Susan Wally says, oh, I'm glad you had sunshine, mostly gray in Blanchester. And it was mostly gray here at my house in Madisonville also, but later in the day it started to clear out, and I actually had to use my sunglasses on the way to work this afternoon, so it got better. Let's see, who keeps jumping around here? Tina Wolf says she's ready for spring. Rachel Turco, how are Tuesday storms? Okay, they're not too bad, and it's Tuesday evening into actually Thursday afternoon, but the whole system will come our way. So the thing we're worried the most about is not severe thunderstorms, but just the winds because of the strong system itself. We could see some wind gusts to 50 miles an hour. So, and you know what that means? It means it'll take a lot of the dead wood out of trees. It'll take some trees down. If you've got a roof that is kind of limping along and the shingles are kind of loose, it might take a few of those off. So we're worried about that. But we're not talking about life-threatening, damaging thunderstorms. Just rain, generally not enough for flooding, and gusty winds with some thunder and lightning mixed in. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Rachel. And that is the end of the comments. Okay, let me go over here. And we'll go back to, I'm going to go back to the model so you can see the timing on this again, and then we'll close it out for the day. Okay, so I've got to go to this computer and go to full screen. That was the takeaway, and we're going to start off by loading up the model run, and we'll go over that and show you again the timing in case you joined us late or didn't see what you needed to see. Okay, so we start off at 10:30 p.m. this evening, nothing going on. Okay, by the time we get to 8 a.m. Tuesday, still nothing going on overnight. Just what we're looking at there is temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s as you head out the door with light winds, so not much of a wind chill. Into the 60s during the day, that's good news. It's warmer than normal. And again, here is the beginning of the precipitation according to this model, about 8 p.m. on Tuesday. We see the rain moving in, some of that rain a little bit on the heavier side. So the good news from this is that your morning commute looks dry, and unless you don't leave work till after 8 p.m., your evening commute for most people also looks dry. I can't imagine. I don't have to drive rush hour, so I can't imagine what it's like having to fight your way and get all irritated on the way to work and have to do it again on the way home. So it doesn't look like the commutes either way will be a problem. The rainfall is covering most of the area by 10:30 p.m. By 11:30 p.m., it's starting to break up a little bit in the south and west. But by 4 a.m., we're looking at a north-south line of rain and thunder. This is 4 a.m. Wednesday from eastern Clinton County right through the center of Highland County, right through Berrysville, right through West Union and Adams County. Moving out of Brown, moving out of Mason, moving out of Robertson, but moving into Lewis counties. And that's 4 a.m. And if you just go forward a little bit, you can tell that the rainfall, once again, let's go, okay. I got to catch up. I hit the wrong button. Okay, so by 4 a.m. you've got that, and then it goes away for the morning commute. So Thursday morning's commute looks dry. Wednesday morning's commute looks dry. Then we go into Wednesday afternoon with scattered showers. The cold air arrives right there, and we go into some snow shower activity from time to time. Rainfall totals will range anywhere from 1/3 of an inch to maybe 1/10 of an inch around the tri-state. The snowfall totals, less than an inch. Most of it melts on the way down, but we do have it getting cold enough at times for there to be some icy patches, especially in rural areas and those roads that don't get treated, bridge decks and that. Okay, Climate Prediction Center says warmer than normal through the 13th, warmer than normal through the 17th, and warmer than normal through the 29th. So basically it looks like after we get past this chilly weather this week, we're going to be warmer than normal. There's your precipitation, slightly higher than normal through the 13th, a little bit more above normal through the 17th, and La Nina bullseye basically over top of us through the 29th, so wetter than normal also. Here's your 7-day forecast. We're looking at a low of 38, a high of 61, 54 and 45 for Wednesday. Wednesday gets colder as the day goes on, and we see that rain change into scattered snow showers. The snow showers end as a few flurries Thursday morning, and then we begin to recover back up to upper 40s and low 50s Friday and Saturday, up to 50 on Sunday, then back up to 62 on Monday. When we go to beyond the 7-day forecast, now, some of the latest models say we may not quite make it on the 11th to 70, but we'll be in the upper 60s. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those 7 days at least in the 60s, 1 day in the 70s, and then cooling off to about normal for that Sunday and Monday. And here's what it looks like all in one graph. High temperatures, low temperatures, you add the normal high and the normal low line on there, and you can see that at least the last half of that 14-day stretch, we are warmer than normal. All right, one more check of Facebook, and then we'll end it for the day. And let's see. I've got to find out where I was. Okay. Tina Wolf says she's ready for spring. Rachel Turco, how's Tuesday storms? We talked about them not being severe, just wet and maybe a little thunder. And Dwayne Bentley said, hope there are no power outages. Oh, man, I know. Power outages can be such a problem. For a homeowner, a power outage is definitely a problem. But if you're if you're a dairy farmer and you have to milk all those cows and you rely on that electric, if you don't have a generator, you got big problems. So that's it for now. I hope you had a chance to catch our new meteorologist, Erin Ashley, Sunday. She did the 6 p.m. show. She'll be doing the 6 on Saturday and Sunday from here on out, and the evening shows. Erin will be filling in for me on this Friday. She'll be doing the 7:15 weather show and my shows on Fox 19. So Erin just joined the station. She's a local person. She's from Milford, Ohio. She went to Milford High School, went to Ohio University, the same place Ethan Emery went to become a meteorologist. And there was something else I wanted to say. Oh, yeah, and she'll be in this week. You'll see her occasionally. Monday and Tuesday are her off days right now. So you'll see her Wednesday through Friday during the week, and then Saturday and Sunday on the weekends. And this Friday, she's in for me here at Fox 19. So that's it. Thanks for joining me. Have yourself a nice evening, and please join me again.